I've been hearing a lot of this statement a lot more now, like, especially from support players. On a side note, though, I want to drop a little apology. My duelist players. No, you guys are still the problem most of the time in most matches. You guys fuck up my matches so much. You make my life harder. You don't join me on tank most of the time. Like, you make my life so hard. But I will say I do apologize for only throwing you guys under the bus most times. I should have been adding support players more, man. I'm seeing it online, like seeing people like more and more saying, damn, so many support players are like actual trash. Like, they are actually mediocre. It's crazy. Like, but like it's honestly, it's eye-opening. Like, and not even just like their skill, it's also like the way they also complain. Like, actually seeing support players say the same things that like people were clowning. Like, okay, months and months after the game dropped, Iron Fist players, though, we were like, yo, they are so broken, they are cooking supports, blah blah blah. Iron Fist players were like, get good. Everybody was pissed. Then they nerfed him. Then Spider-Man, yo, Spider-Man is swinging too much, his hitbox is so wide, blah 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 blah. Everybody, Spider-Man players were saying, yo, get good, counter me, tell your team to peel for you, blah blah blah. Then they nerfed him. Then it was the famous Black Panther. Black Panther was the one that lasted the longest, I think. Like, bro, Black Panther was blitzing through the fucking backlines, giving support players PTSD. Like, anytime they see that black man on the opposite team, bro, they get scared, man. They start tweaking, bro. Like, everybody remembers the famous Cloak and Dagger clip that was trending. I think that was a few months ago. When was that? Like, when the Black Panther blitzed the Cloak and Dagger, like, out of existence back into spawning. Was that like maybe in less than a second? Or let me say a second. Like, bro, the Black Panther players were like, yo, you should turn your head around. You should do this. You should do that. And then support players like, what do you want us to do? That kind of thing. And they eventually nerfed Black Panther. It's so funny seeing everything go 180. I would even say full 360. Support players are now the ones telling us that we are boosted. Shit blows my mind, bro. I'm tweaking. Like, you tell an invisible woman, yo, your character is overtuned. And she's like, no, just backflip, destroy the shield, then do this. Then I'm like, wow. We don't see the irony. We do not see the irony. Yo, Gambit does too much. He should not be able to cleanse, dash, apply heal, add damage boost, add speed boost in his ult. Bro, all these things are too much. They are supposed to carry at least 2 of those moves away from him and give to future characters that are dropping, like Elsa Bloodstone, Deadpool, and the rest of them. Gambit players are like, no, is that? Luna didn't need the extra buff. Why did they make the ice go faster? And why did they give her another form of fucking self-healing? She didn't need that. She is crazy. When I see Luna players, they're like, yo, she was terrible. Luna was not terrible. The issue why she wasn't picked as much is because the other 2 supports, Gambit that dropped was mad overtuned. Invisible Woman was buffed and became overtuned, and then Loki got his buffs and then continued on from where he stopped before they nerfed him, that he can just copy any one of those 2 and become overtuned himself. So it wasn't like the 3 of them were like, it wasn't like Luna was dog shit or suddenly on like Ultron one drone Ultron, or like as bad as like, okay, Mantis and Adam Warlock, you understand? Not like terrible in double support. No, she could work nicely in a double support comp. It's just those 2. It's like saying for instance, like Thor, or even my glorious king. Men of Sting players will be smiling in Yancey Street one day, I believe it. But like, it's not like they are absolute dog shit, like, Venom and the rest of them. It's just, if you're going, most times it's just better for your team to have like a Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange now too is not as crazy, but like Magneto and Emma is what you see most times. You understand? Especially when you're solo tanking most times, most people go Magneto. You understand? So you understand, it's not like she was terrible. She just wasn't the meta pick for like half a season. But that was, oh my god, that was too much. That was too much for old Guang Guang. We can't have that. We can't have our glorious Nepo baby not be meta. So she had to get the buff. Needed those buffs. Like, tell me why did she actually need those buffs? Invisible Woman was a very good character already. Her ult is very good. Her, versatility in a situation is very, very high. Like, she can double jump, turn invisible, and it starts counting from when she starts the jump, so she can stay invisible, and the cooldown is running out. So once she turns visible again, you barely have like, I think maybe 1 or 2 seconds to catch her again. She can turn invisible again. Like, she has mad versatility. Why did she? But at least before they decided to put that, she can put a shield that blocks almost every single ult. Like, you can just place it and boom, you're blocking any ult you want. It protects you from damage. Like, so it's so crazy seeing support players like actually gaslighting us too. Like, I think the only support players, like, because I play support sometimes too, like, you tell me, like, if you decide to give, I wouldn't, let's say, okay, I've been getting Dove, I get Dove when I play Rocket Raccoon or Cloak and Dagger or Ultron, or bro, I literally play the perfect human Adam Warlock, bro. Now, that's why the support players I respect the most are like, do you ever see Mantis players crying for like insane buffs? Or Adam Warlock players? What do we ask for? Adam Warlock players, most times we just ask for, bro, we simply point out to the things that are in the game. This motherfucker called Hawkeye is a regular human being, but you guys decided to give him a way to slash and, knock back, and then also double jump while in the air. He is a fucking human being. Then the cosmic beast that is Adam Warlock. Just pick up a comic and check Adam Warlock. He cannot even just double jump. I'm not even asking, we Adam Warlock players are not even asking for too much, bro. Just give me a way to at least, I'm not saying when I double jump I should turn invisible or some shit. Just let me double jump and at least jump to my team while asking for kills, while also sniping the person. You understand? Just that. And so that I can double jump faster to the point. Nope. That's too much. That is fucking too much to ask for. But allow Invisible Man to be able to place a shield on herself and give Luna extra fucking healing with a faster ice freeze. That is where we bank. That's where we're having fun. Guang guang. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This shit is great. That's why. It's because if you see, like, I get Dove as Rocket too. I will not suddenly tell you, like the balance, the thing now. Okay, let's take an example. If you see I'm getting Dove as Rocket, if you want to give me something, maybe you can give me a third dash. But if you give me a third dash, the smart thing to do in order to keep something balanced is to also maybe increase Spider-Man's, I'm using Spider-Man as an example, you increase back his punch radius, because now you're giving me a third way to escape. So in order for him to still be able to catch me, because something needs to balance something out, you increase his uppercut radius so that he can still get me. So now it's a cat and mouse. I have to use my head. Do I save this last dash? How close is my team? Where's my other support? Ask for healing. Ask for healing. The thing is crazy. Like, I see support players saying all these buffs happened because teams were not peeling for their supports. A lot of teams were not, a lot of duelists especially are fucking dumb. But yes, that is the truth. But that doesn't excuse the BS. It doesn't make sense. You understand? They decided to change something entirely. The game wasn't even up to a year, just a couple months, when they started buffing support slowly. Like, games, because, okay, think about it, like, a lot of the players that are playing this game too are from Overwatch. They came and they still are not peeling for their teams. They came with that same mindset that Overwatch has been out for years, bro. And they're still telling people to peel for their fucking team. It's not a day one thing. You have to keep doing it. That's what you're supposed to do. It's supposed to be a forever thing. You're supposed to keep telling your team, peel for your supports. Supports, work on your positioning, strategize, think with your team, watch the high grounds, you understand? Watch your other support, heal each other, patty cake. These are the things you're supposed to keep telling each other. It's not like just because, I'm tired. 6 months later, I'm too tired of not peeling. Suddenly we gig above everybody. No, that's not how it works. You tweak them a bit, slightly. I'm seeing support players saying, now we can want DPS players are just crying because they can't 1v1 in support. I'm like, does that make sense to you? Like, a duelist is the one that should pump out the most damage. Does it make sense to you that the character that can also heal him or herself can out damage the character that is solely about damage? Like, does that actually make reasonable sense to you? Like, I don't understand. Like, that's why I'm telling duelist players sorry, because it's like, I didn't know a lot of support players were actually dumb as hell too. Like, I thought, like, okay, yeah, like, because you have an argument with you have a discussion with a Vanguard player, and like, bro, it's so beautiful. Like, you can tell me now, like, okay, we wanna increase the cooldown of Groot's Iron Wall. I'll be like, all right, I don't really feel like it's that crazy, but like, okay, if you want to do that, but why are we getting the compensation? You can have a dialogue. You tell a Magneto player, maybe the second bubble was too much. He can say, okay, how about you increase the cooldown on 1? You understand? How about you reduce the amount of damage 1 can take? You understand? You can have more conversation with them. The only other people that you can have those conversations with too are other types of supports. People that made Adam Warlock, Mantis, Ultron, bro. Ultron, I'm so happy for you guys getting second drones. You guys have been through a lot for real. I hardly play him anymore, but maybe I'll hop on a bit more now. You understand? Rocket Raccoon too. You understand? Because he knows, and Jeff, those players, I know as Rocket Raccoon that I got these 2 dashes. I gotta use them smartly, bro. That magic or Spider-Man is lurking, bro. I gotta be smart. How do I use this thing? And I gotta keep myself alive so that this BRB works. How do I do that? You understand? We're thinking, strategizing. But the big 3 I'll call them the big 4. Invisible Woman, Luna, Loki and newly Gambit mains. Bro, you cannot have a simple. They're as bad as dive players back then. Like when you were trying to tell a Black Panther main or a Spider-Man main that they need some nerfs. It's the same thing. You cannot have a discussion with these people. They're immediately going to say some dog shit, dumbass statement. I see them in my comment section of my videos. I see them in other people's videos on Twitter, on Instagram, everywhere. They say dull things. I'm like, how? Why is the game catering to you people so much? I don't understand it. We're all, if we're talking about popularity, dive players, first of all, dudes have more. I think they have the player base more than the other two roles combined. So if we're talking about favoritism to the more popular role that will buy the most skins and all that, it should be them, doesn't it? If you're going that way. But they just seem to love support players more than those ones. It's crazy. I'm not even talking as a Vanguard because like we're at the back of the line, bro. We are the ones that suffer everything. All the CCDS, the damage, the too much healing, everything. We suffer it all. So I've accepted that. As a Vanguard main, I've accepted that. But like the truth of the matter is, it's crazy because support players complain about the same things too. Nothing dying and all that. But you're the issue. You're the problem. This is the example I use when it comes to support players. Sorry, not support players, supports in general. Support is supposed to, they're like, you're like gazelle, you're like an antelope, you understand? You are the prey. Do you get me? Like you are supposed to be hunted. You are the prey. The guide characters are the hunters, you understand? They are the lions, the hyenas, you understand? The magic is supposed to tear you apart, you understand? That's why it's literally said, peel for your group, you understand? Stay close to the herd. Watch your positioning, you understand? When you're doing, like literally, when you're doing things in the wild, you're supposed to be watching. Always look, because they're hunting you. You understand? Like, the hunter, wins when you are away from your team and you are not protected. You understand? That's where they get their kills from. You understand? So, yes, a bad herd, you are going to get cooked, but that does not mean suddenly. That's what the devs decided to do. They decided to give the prey, they decided to make the bison smart as hell. So the wolves can't take them down. You understand? Like, they decided to make them, like, have mad muscles and have like 10 horns to be able to kill the fucking wolves and the hunt and the other animals. Like that, and what does that do? When there's too much prey, they start destroying the wildlife. They eat too much of the grass, cause erosions, other things. That's why we're in this BS triple support that everybody hates. Understand? They gave to you guys too much to handle. That's why these devs, man, they have no clue what balancing is. And that's the honest truth. And it's not even a noun thing. From the way they designed the game initially, from the characters, they have no clue what design, like balancing, actually means. Because I'm not even a game dev, and a lot of us that complain about this thing, we're not game dev, but we know. So how don't they know? I don't understand it. This thing shouldn't be rocket science. You don't want Black Widow to have a one shot, but you decide to give Hawkeye the ability to do a one shot. Do you think Hawkeye aiming that arrow is harder than Black Widow? You understand? Because I honestly think that's what they thought. Yes, in theory it's supposed to be, but then you kind of make it easier for him because he can double jump, snipe you, slash you away, then snipe you, and then you decided to, if I correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think I've actually ever played Black Widow, but she has to reload, right? It blows my mind how the human archer, I have to keep emphasizing that human, doesn't have to reload quivers that actually finish. He doesn't have to reload them. But then other characters like Adam Warlock have to reload his cosmic powers. Emma have to reload her fucking mind. Groot, when I use Groot, I have to reload my fucking body. Like, I have to reload all those shit. But Hawkeye doesn't have to reload quivers. So these are the things that would give him limitations. Maybe he only has 10 shots. Oh shit, I have to reload. During his reload, you can attack him, you understand, because he's a long range character. So you get close to him, you know how to mitigate the damage. You survive his onslaught. Now he has to reload. Then you can punch him in the face. You understand? But he doesn't have to reload. He can flush me back. Then he can double jump. This thing makes sense. Hella can put an orb on the ground, drag me closer, try and tap me. If she doesn't do it, she has to get out of jail free card. She can just dash away like a fucking dog and then come back and continue trying to tap me. Does this make sense? I don't understand this poke slot. Yo, I've been on a tangent rant again. The thing I want to talk about today though is this games. I see people saying, especially support players trying to justify their BS, they keep saying the devs want to do this. If everything is broken, nothing is. And that's a big fat lie. They do not. If they want to do this, everything is broken, nothing is, then why did they nerf dive? I saw one of my viewers commented that, I think on my last video. Why is dive constantly nerfed? And support buffed? And poke slot buffed? And server admin Bucky and Hawkeye buffed? Why? Because that's what I'm saying. If they want to go all the way, then let's go all the way. Let's go all the way. Give Black Panther an extra spear, give him back his damage, give him back his health. Boom. Remove bans altogether so Daredevil can play. Buff Spider-Man, buff Magic, buff Venom, buff them all, buff all the dives, right? Everything is broken, right? Give me extra damage reduction. Give Hulk CC immunity in his ult. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like, why? Like, you know, right? Like, everything is buff, nothing is buff. You know, you support players know. And when I say support players, I mean those in particular I mentioned, those 4 characters. You know that this game is not everybody's buffed. Some people are clearly taken as favorite, and that is terrible. And that is making a lot of people turn away from this game. And I really hope that next season a Deadpool is dropping. I really hope it comes with, I mean, it's either they come with heavy nerfs, and I mean across all supports and all of these poke slop duelist characters, or they buff everybody. I really hope that for the good of this game, because it's a new year, it's a very good time to get back so many of the players they've lost, like that have dropped the game totally. Like, bro, I have people that don't play this game again. For them to get back those people, I really hope it comes with one of these things. It's either they nerf it all, or they come with some heavy buffs. I mean, give Dive all the buffs, give Tank CC immunity and everything, give anti-healing. Anti-healing in this game is BS. It lasts for like 1 second and it doesn't do anything. I mean, like, actually, if that character hits you with that shit, you're not getting healed for like 3 seconds. Give it heavy so that, yeah, the support, you know, the support, like I grab one of those supports with my tentacle. You're not getting healed, bitch. You're not getting healed. You understand? Like, actually, I want support players to be in terror again, for real. I really need them to be humble because they're fucking annoying and they make my life harder. They, as well as the duelist, you all make my life harder as a solo tank. So yeah, that's my video. Let me know your own takes on this topic. Comment down below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.